work club out of copper for a alligator jawbone work club. Did a little bit of the forging beforehand, then I got a while there in my butt to actually go live so you guys can kind of be a part of it. We're going to see how this goes.
Those are tactical lock touches.
Don't want to leave it in the forge for too long or it can start melting and then you're just going to have a giant mess in your forge. That's the timer. Just to even it out at first. So here in a minute, I'll take you guys with me to the Alligator. Forge out that tank. Once again, this is what it's going into. One of my close friends lives in Florida. They do alligator hunting. And I asked her if she had a few bones I could play with. And she goes, well, I have a giant bone they can play with, but we're going to talk about the alligator ones. So what I did, I drilled into it, right where this piece is. I did stabilize where it separates and everything. But I drilled into it because after I add that blade, so it's going to embed into the actual knuckle, come out to about right there. And then I'm going to add a dream catcher up inside of the actual cavity. So we're going to see, even though this is a club on its own, I think adding a copper blade to that would just be one hell of a time. I'm going to try to make a mess of everything though. Why not, right? Thankfully with copper you can forge a cooler that you can steel. So even that has a red. So I'm going to trip over everything that Dustin has over here. Like, oh, I get it, Gregory, nice. You're funny. My punches are hammers. yeah, a little bit of a power hammer. I do need to even it out just a little bit, but with copper it work hardens, so if I try to do any more before heating it back up, I can cause cracking into the material, and there's no way in heck I want to do that after. That's a lot of copper. So in our shop, I smelt the copper, I forged copper, which I just recycle it. One of the reasons why we have it in the in our hashtags or whatever. What natural laws? Do a little bit of work on my tongs real quick because they're kind of wiggly. Hold on. Gracias, Jose Juan. There we go. The paint was getting a little loose on. See, now that was getting too hot. So I'm going to let that cool a little bit before I do hit it with a hammer because that would just squish. And I guess you guys... Honey, the only reason I would be in the kitchen is so that I can actually use the knives. I make the knives and yes, I can cook a damn good meal, but there's a reason why the wives are also in the kitchen. jawbone, and I'm going to be folding it up over. So what I'm making is a war club made out of an alligator jawbone, which the dang thing is from my knee to my hip. So that was a big boy. Making a war club using copper to make the blade just for one badass piece that's kind of even a little bit. Well, thank you. It's fun. And if you guys haven't done it yet, like and subscribe. We do weird shit. We do hunting, foraging, gathering. Well, hello, we're from Central Illinois, unfortunately. Goes off just a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to move you guys over to the power hammer to smush that down just a little bit. We're gonna throw a chisel on the floor. Why not? Exactly what I wanted. I wanted a very long tank so that I can go ahead, once that's done, go ahead and kind of, in a way, peen it. Drive carefully. So now the next step is to go ahead and flip this and toss it back in, then go ahead and forge on that blade. Oh yeah. Probably have to grab a different pair of tongs, we'll see. Yeah, but so I'm just going to toss that on there. I'll flip her in, toss her in, then I'll grab the appropriate tongs to be able to do that. Doesn't work. No one can complain, hair's in a bun, so no hair in the eyes, nothing's going to get burned besides probably hands or something like that, but there's that. One side bevel done, then have to go back through, forge up the other bevel, kind of doing a dagger style, or more of a spear point, I guess. Get her back up because this does work harden, forge up that side, and kind of have almost like a leaf flip. So I have my Forged in Fire tattoo, I have my dragon, I have my Celtic knot, my anvil, my Turtle Island tattoo, the knife I forged on Forged in Fire, my Blackfoot tattoo, and then a bunch of other fun stuff. And then my boy's name. So a little bit of everything. Got arms tattooed, legs. Just another part of it. A lot of us forgers actually have tattoos. One of the reasons is you get scale across your arms and it looks like scars all across. So why not add something pretty to it? They say treat your body like a palace, but at the same time palaces are all decorated. laid out. That's what I'm visualizing. So we're going to see how it goes. It's an experiment. I've never done a war club before, so I thought, why not make it completely unusual at the same time? You know what? You may have 62 colors. I may have 73. So I think I got you beat. Honey, that's a little bit of thunder. They ain't no lightning. Especially because I choke up on the handle. This one, you can tell, has already been whacked against the handle a couple times by me, but choke up on them, so instead of having that chance of breaking the handle apart, if you kind of short it already, alter tools into the way you were able to utilize them best, and honestly, it makes it a lot easier on me. Actually, these guys, Dustin, where did we buy these guys? Huh? Iron Dungeon Forge, if you get a hold of them, they have amazing tongs. I think these are the dragon tongs, but to me they look more like an alligator. What are they? They look like dragons. There's one we have that looks like a snapping turtle, so. It's just a hammer that we it's a rounding hammer. That's why you pay attention to what you're doing. set your tongs that you're going to be using next to the forge. So it's Iron Dungeon Forge. And I guess if I'm trying to get my tank straight, don't use a rounding hammer because it's going to make you keep out the waves. That's a rounding hammer. More flat edge. A lot of the hammers we just alter to the needs that we have. So the biggest thing about copper is you cannot quench it. You do have to work hard in it. So what I'm going to do next is just so this is what I have after I just turned you guys to where you couldn't even see. So it's kind of a little bit of both. I highly enjoy what I do. We do this full time, honestly. We actually have this storefront, we have an axe throwing place and a few other places. I think someone's hungry for attention, not food.
Oh.
Probably living in their mom's basement or something, and she hasn't made their Tostitos yet.
Pop-Tarts.
Hey, Pop-Tarts are good, but whenever you have to have your mommy buy them for you because you can't even afford your own food because you're on your computer being a keyboard warrior, get a life. That's all I have to say. It's the fact that they can't get up off their own butts and actually do something with their lives. That's why they're giving me a hard time. It doesn't bother me. It's actually entertaining because it means I'm doing something that's making them mad because they don't have a life. Well, Josh, what I was doing right now was work hardening some copper because this is kind of a forge for effect, and work hardening, I do have to take it to the grinder, kind of even everything out. But what's going to happen is that blade's going to come up out of that. The tang right here is going to be folded up around. I'm going to thin that out just a little bit more so it's easier to work without breaking my bone. But this is what I'm looking at. Alligator jawbone. Like I said, this thing is as big as my entire femur from my hip bone to my knee bone. but I'm also a short person. I am only 5'3", so yeah, you anatomy nerds figure that out. But guys, I am going to hop off here so that I can kind of fool around with this and kind of run back and forth in between the stations. It's going to be hard kind of carrying you guys around. Thank you. And if you guys haven't yet, like and subscribe. Join us for the next one.